Hey everybody, massive crowd here today, I love it. My name's Dave Basulto. I'll tell you who I am in a minute, but we're going to talk about multicam shooting, editing, and delivery on the iPad or iPhone. And you see around the room I have some of my devices that are called iOgraphers. And let's look at what we are all about. So by day, I'm a mild-mannered high school media teacher. I teach at San Marino High School. These are some of my kids. And then I love teaching them how to tell great stories. We have a lot of fun doing that. But when I started teaching back in the dark ages a few years ago, I was asked to do, from the boosters who are like the mafia, asked me to do multi-camera shoots for the football games. It's a big, big thing at San Marino High School. And so I was presented with this great system called the Anycast, which was fun to use for a little while, but I was always bothered by these bazillions of wires, and myself and the students hated it because we had to clean up every day late at night after we did a football game. And after about a year of working there, the Anycast died on me, and it was a sad day. So the wisdom of the school district decided to buy me this toy and said that was a really portable thing that I could take to all our sporting events and film multi-camera things, etc. And I once again was covered by hundreds and hundreds of feet of wire. In fact, we were doing one of the football games, and they had wanted a camera in the end zone, sidelines up on top of the stadium, and we were just running hundreds of feet of SDI cables, plugging them into the system. And what I was told was a plug and play thing all of a sudden didn't work right before the game. And the reason, we had a tech guy come out and everything, and he said that there just was not enough power. That we wasn't getting enough power into I guess we needed more voltage or something, and so we were just kind of screwed that day. And so it made me pull my hair out and go crazy, and now that I used to have black hair when I first started teaching. And I had to find a better way. So I thought we could do this all with iPhones and iPads. The kids love using those, so let's try and make them into some kind of a professional tool. So I invented a case system. I thought you needed to have some kind of handles. I thought you should be able to put accessories on there like microphones, lenses, put it on tripods, etc. And with the kids' input, I said, hey, is this cool? Would you use this? We were sketching things up, and we ended up doing a Kickstarter project. And we got funded, and Forbes did a nice article on us, and then that brought in more money. And so we started having this product called the iOgrapher. And some of the things we've been doing with it so far is at last year's NAB show, we were doing a show for Post Perspective magazine where they were interviewing a lot of great people. So she used that she was able to do this all on her own. Up on top there, my football coaches look at the plays at halftime that we recorded, and they can just watch it right there and comment, etc. That's my star pupil down below on the right. She's filming the games from a different angle. We're streaming on the bottom left. We're live streaming sometimes if we're well, all the time we're live streaming, but if we're in a place where there's not a great connection, we'll just go LTE using an app called High School Cube, and we stream live over that. The parents just went berserk and loved it. Now mom and dad, when they were vacationing in Florida and they wanted to see their son's game, they could see it. Up on top right, we're doing our news team. We have like a talk show. It's called Titan Talk. And so we're doing a 3 or 4 camera shoot, and I'll show you how we do that a little later. And then that's me playing with my iPhone case at the Dodger game. We're doing green screen stuff with it in our classrooms. The kids are learning how to do stuff right on the apps. This is the Red Bull high performance team, and they're doing stuff. This is in Hawaii, and they've just been crazy about our gear and been taking it everywhere just because it's such a mobile thing to use. I was recently signed with the Boston, well, not for basketball, but with the Boston Celtics, and I was just back there. And they're using it for fan interaction. for the players to go and talk after the games. They can just give the iPad or the iPhone to the player. Here's the microphone, etc. Go do your own segments and do that kind of stuff. So they're really hot for it. It was just used at an Ebola World Conference, one of our Twitter guys. So see the difference in tech there. They used it for Vicente Fox interview. The BBC's been really big with it since day one. They're doing a behind the scenes for the BBC Golf Channel. And they took it extensively at the World Cup to do a lot of behind the scenes of the World Cup. They just love the portability of it all. And then this was kind of cool. A filmmaker was doing a film with Stephen Hawking and brought this to us, so I thought that was kind of fun. And so let me talk to you about my multicam workflow, because that's what we were supposed to be talking about. But that's a little backstory on me and how I got here. So I use a couple of apps. One of them is called, this is the first one that I found, it's called Rico Live Multicam. And I think it's a $3 app right now in the App Store. And what that's going to let me do is, and I have it on the other channel, but we'll finish this first. I can pair up to 4 different iPads. One of them is your switcher now. And what it's doing is it's sending over a proxy of all the different angles you have. When you're done shooting, also, when you switch to a different iPad to film, it will use that audio if you want from that particular device. It'll follow the audio follow video. And then when you're done filming, you can just stop it, put all the iPads together, and it will Wi-Fi over an edited version of your multicam shoot that you did, and keep the main ones on the hard drives of the iPads that you shot. So if you wanted to bring them in into Final Cut later or Premiere or anything, you have the full versions and all that. So this was the first one we started doing. It was really fun, and we've been using that a lot. Cool thing about it is that each iPad has its own hard copy. I can switch back and forth an audio capture, like I said, and shoot it all or edit it all into Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or whatever. Also, you can render out just the finished version on the iPad if you're fine with the cuts and everything, and then bring it into iMovie on the iPad or Pinnacle Studio, and you can add your lower thirds, all kinds of stuff like that. So. Then we got that company. I got in touch with this company called Switcher Studio, and they partnered up and kind of took the app made it to like steroids now. So what you can do with this essentially is the same thing, except it's not capturing to the drive, so you don't need big iPads with big drives on them. It's streaming all the 4 views into the one iPad that's your switcher, and then you have an option of capturing the finished edit on your machine on the iPad, or you can stream it to Ustream, YouTube, or a couple other, like High School Cube and some other stuff. So you can do live streaming on this, and they're adding live type and graphic elements and all kinds of stuff. I was just with this guy for 3 days at a conference, and we were doing some fun stuff. So this is the one we're actually using on the football games now. In fact, this Friday night we have a big CIF game. And so I've got a kid up top that's filming the wide shot. We've got someone in the press box that's connected to the switcher. And then they use this really $39 Tascam switcher. And I'm giving this stuff away, by the way. And we plug that into the switcher, and then they have $12 Plantronics headsets that we buy, and because the kids destroy everything, I buy this nice. So we buy the cheapest stuff we can. And the 2 announcers are now, it's like a big game, like you're hearing them, and it's just fantastic. The parents are just fanatical about it, so much that I have to always do it now for them. So, and that's my kid right there that's doing the live stream. I bring along a laptop just to make sure that we've got the stream going. This is all over the school's Wi-Fi. It's not even that great, but it's good enough. But I've also done it off a hotspot from my iPhone when we were traveling. Also bought the little Verizon little hotspot thing. And so, you can do it on, and it goes over, you can change, depending on your connection, you can go SD, of course, all the way up to 1080, depending on your connection, though. And it's just the kids love it. So, for example, he'll say, there's a timeout, camera one on the sidelines, get in there with the coach. They all have their headsets, so they're getting all this like real world kind of experience, and they just have a blast with it. So like I said, then this version, so it's a paid version. Well, actually, no, I take that back. There's a free version of it. It's called Switcher Studio. And you can do up to 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day of live streaming, and there's a watermark on it. If you want to go bigger, they have a pro version that's $500 a year, unlimited streaming, HD, output to the screens here, and I'll show you. Also, you can connect your laptop to it as a presentation thing. So if you're doing a keynote or anything, you do picture-in-picture. You can do lots of stuff. I'll show you the app in a second. If you don't stream it, like I said, maybe you just want to use it as an app, you can just still use it, and it will capture the edited version of it onto the main Switcher iPad. Let's see. So you can also bring it into the different apps, like I said, that you can edit and put lower thirds and things like that, and there's a free and paid version. And so what's your story going to be? These are my kids. They love this stuff. Like I said, I was telling some people, we have Red cameras, we have Blackmagic cameras, we have Canon DSLRs, but they love this because they're getting instant feedback. They're seeing what they shot immediately. They're able to fix it and edit it, and they're so intuitive to them that they're just loving it. So that's my little thing, and I want to show you. It's my ham student. She loves being photographed. Let me show you. Any questions so far? Anything I can answer? We'll keep going? Yeah, okay. So this is Switcher Studio Pro, and we'll go over some of the features of it. So right here on the top is, on the far right, where I'm pointing, is the output. So that's what we're going to see out in the world. This is the preview monitor, and then those are your 4 angles. Basically, it's going to ask you, like you'll see those cameras that are going to come up on the Wi-Fi network, and you can invite them. What's fun that we've done at school plays is we'll do a main camera and an extra camera, and then we'll invite parents if they want to participate and shoot just their kid, and they're the kid's the star. We'll invite them to be on our thing and let them, we'll see their iPhone or whatever will come up. They have to have the app, of course, but then we'll invite them in, and they can start filming as well. So kind of interactive, fun stuff. And it's just simple. I mean, touch and let's see. So I'll grab a thing, and then I'll just flick it there, and it switches over. From left to right, or from the bottom right there, those blue switches, right there, you see that I can see which cameras there are. I can go in here and say, okay, these are, this is where I set up my channels. So I want to add a channel there, what I'm streaming off of, what bit rate, etc., depending on how great of a connection I have. So there's lots of functionality there. Let's go back. I can go here where it says live or whole screen. Now I can just go live, and now we're getting the full version of it. Okay. So you're not seeing any of my switching now. So let's go back to me. Okay, I like me better. No. We'll go back to whole screen. And in here you have different cuts. So I can change it to wipes, and then there's picture-in-picture, multi-views, slots, all kinds of fun stuff to play with. Here you have your focus, exposure. Definitely you want to disable autofocus because it's horrible. Here I can see my audio. Am I getting audio in there? So you can see which channels my audio is on. And then graphic elements, so I can go into my photo stream. And I don't know, I hope I have nothing embarrassing, but we'll take that one. And now I can put that in there and add a graphic element. And that's live. Pretty easy breezy, huh? And then up on top, right and left, if I just click record, it starts recording, and that's pretty much it. In the left up here, I've got the recorded media, so if I shot something. So let's just record for, well, I was gonna see, I screw it up here. If I record for a couple seconds, we'll just do that cut. We'll go there, we'll go there. And then that's it. You can zoom in by pinching, so now I'm zooming. So you see that, and now I can zoom it out. in theory. Oh no, it's live. I can't zoom out when it's live, only when it's pre. So let's see. There we go. Now it's in the preview monitor, so I can pinch and do that. So that's fun stuff. Any questions? Yes, if you need to have a pretty decent Wi-Fi network if you want to do 4 cameras. Now, that being said, we're talking about for football or big places like that. Something in here, you know, if we were on our own network, if I brought in cables and stuff, my own router and everything, I think it would be a lot better. But you know, I mean, we're doing 720 at the high school because they want the camera in the end zone. They want a camera on the sidelines running around, and so that's a lot of field to cover. But we're still getting that feed, and I don't want to dumb it down, but it's fair and it's good enough. You know what I mean? It's like it's not 4K cameras everywhere, but we're getting it out there and we're streaming it. The budgets are smaller, you know. So it just kind of, the big thing about the iOgrapher that I wanted to create it for was there was a lot of schools that can't afford to have media programs, much less, you know, doing football games or anything like that. So I thought, God, if you could just get an iPad for $300, a mini, and buy some accessories for it, now you can have a photography program, you can have a media program, you can stream football games or whatever you want. And so that's been like a really proud moment, helping these other schools and stuff when I go to and have a fun time. So. We're using the Wi-Fi network in here, and there's probably a ton of interference, and you know, and it's still able to get that kind of, you know, we're still getting a good thing, and it's getting the story out there, you know, as fast as possible. So we've had some great success with it. You know, you could tell. So what I was talking about earlier, if I wanted to really fancy it up, I would maybe do the other app, bring them all into Final Cut Pro or Premiere, and then color correct them and do all kinds of fun stuff. But just for dirty on the go, let's go make some stuff. And then you're talking about a free app or a $500 a year, right? And then a couple of iPads, maybe a couple of microphones, some stands. I mean, it's a couple $1,000s at the most for all your gear, as opposed to buying, you know, I saw some things in there very expensive. So, yes, sir, Perry. Absolutely. So we just we streamed a game on High School Cube using the mobile Wi-Fi off my iPhone 6 Plus because I forgot my hotspot, my little Verizon hotspot. So we were able to do that, and it worked great, you know. So we were very fortunate. I'm going to mention Philip right there. He's got a company called Air, and they make, is it AirPlay, is right? Air Live, and so they're doing Android stuff. Similar to this. So if you're into Android, and he's actually getting into Apple too, but he's got some cool stuff. You might want to talk to him about it as well. But we just, I mean, the kids are having a great time. They're learning how to do real world stuff. They're making direction out there. You know, let's go to camera 4, let's do this. And it's a fun experience that we're having, you know. So any other questions? Anybody? Does anyone want some free gear? Yes, sir. You have free gear, yeah. Yep. So when I first made this, the BBC was the first person that they just saw the Kickstarter, they backed it, they bought some. We made the first one was for the iPad mini, because I personally thought that was like when the iPad mini first came out. I go, this is going to be a great device. It's tiny. It's got, you know, little did I know they were going to make a big phone. So they came on board and they said, look, we love your cases, but I don't want to go to Amazon later and buy all these other things that I need. You know, can I buy everything from you? So forced me to kind of go out and find vendors, such as Perry has MXL microphones. We do Sennheiser Rode microphones, all kinds of microphones, tripods, lights, you name it. And everything has been stuff that I've tried and used myself that I can stand behind, and I know it's affordable. And so we sell everything on our website. And we have educational discounts, and a lot of schools are starting to really use this stuff. University of Missouri, School of Journalism, one of the leading ones in the nation. I mean, they have hundreds of these things from us. They're just loving it. So it's been doing really well. Did that answer your question? Yeah. Okay.
So you talked about having an audio follow video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any apps where you can switch it? I assume if you had like a sportscaster in the box or something, walk it up all the time.
Yeah. So when I do. Most of the time these days, I'm not following the video. I'm having one great source. So I'm either plugged in a mixer. So Apogee makes a couple of great mixers, but they're $900 or whatever for the Apogee Duet. But then I've got some nice XLR microphones on stands when we're doing our live talk show. Like I said, I'm going to give this away, but this is awesome. This is something that I just happened to start playing with. You can get the Apple connector, the 30-pin to the Lightning. It's a Tascam. They discontinued these. I bought every one I could find in the world, and now I'm selling them on the website. Because literally, you plug in these little $12 headsets and Plantronics, and it's a great feed of audio for what you have, and for live situations. That's all we use for when we're doing football games. We have 2 announcers, and they just think they're ESPN now. So. It's pretty funny, but tons, and people are making more and more accessories all the time. I know Perry's company, MXL, Rode, a lot of these companies are making stuff specifically for our stuff. Great lavalier mics, wireless kits, all kinds of stuff. So.
Are you going to allow like other apps to sort of integrate with your camera thing right there?
So I have nothing to do with any apps. I am all about my chassis right here. And I like to play well with everybody. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a great app that I use for filming all the time. It's called Filmic Pro. I don't know if you guys have tried that out, but it lets you, you can change exposure levels. You can lock focus. You can zoom. It's got audio monitoring out. It's the only app that does that. Thank you, Perry. So if you want to plug in your headset and film, you got audio monitoring. It's fantastic. Something I didn't mention is that the big thing is that we're doing lenses. So we do wide angle and telephoto lenses. And if you're really crazy like me, you buy an adapter and then you put on a 35 millimeter Canon lens as well. So you can go as crazy as you want with these things. This gives you that depth of field. I mean, this is a 50 millimeter Canon prime lens. And I can put it on my case right there and I get that depth of field look and stuff. So there's tons of accessories. It's just like in its infancy, and these things are getting better and better, And we love the portability of it, the cost, So, any other questions? No, ladies, nothing? Oh my God. Let's see. I'll save this one for last. Does anyone have an iPad Air? Yes, okay. So what's the #1 movie at the box office right now? It is Interstellar. No, it's not. It's another one. Dumb and Dumber 2. Yes, it is. Do you have an iPad? Which one do you have? The 2? Oh, well, so I'm going to give you a card, and I'll give you... Yeah, I have a mini right here for you, so you can have this one. Thank you. More movie trivia. How did Tom Hagen come into the Godfather family?
Found on the street.
He did, okay, good job. iPad? 2. iPad 2, okay, so I'm going to give you my card and I'll send you an iPad 2. I didn't bring any with me. Perry, give me something. Movie trivia, anybody, let's see.
What was the name of Woody Allen's first black and white film?
Oh my God, anybody know that? Woody Allen's first black and white movie? No?
I'll give him the answer then.
Manhattan, okay. Let's see. Well, does anybody really want these? Does anybody, I have from Switcher Studio as a free year of Switcher Studio Pro. You would use this? Oh, come on down then. Let's see. And I have, and you have an iPad what? Air 2. Oh, well, those are coming out in January for us because Apple was so lovely and moved the camera 3/16 of an inch on us. So that was really nice. But take that and then let me know and I'll get you the Air 2 case when it comes out. Cool. $12. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hope I wasn't boring you and you found something interesting out of it. But if you have any questions, you can always find me at dave@iographer.com. And I'm retiring from teaching in December as we're going into Best Buy in March. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, cool stuff. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.